Does Mike dark check with the flush draw?
Mike does it, man. I'd fold if I was you.
We're giving away $50 to the first 100 people that use bonus code YT76. Go to WPTglobal.com and use bonus code YT76.
He wants to win. He wants to get that first place.
All right, guys, back to you.
Well, proud Papa there drove 13 hours from Iowa to watch his son play. So far, so good.
Oh, man, what a drive. What a moment. And right now, William Reynolds, who has a ace-8, he is raised. Seidel out. Mike Scarborough is going to call with a queen 9 of diamonds.
I'm defending my button, you're defending your big blind.
Which is on a wide range of hands.
So we have ace-8 for the milkman up against the Cincinnati kid with queen 9.
It's come ace-jack-5 with 2 diamonds. Scarborough checks the flush draw.
And William Reynolds picking up aces.
Well, you said it yourself. You can have a really wide range here, huh?
Ace-jack's not looking good for both of us, is it? I like that 5, though.
2 chatty guys. And the milkman's going to bet it.
Yeah, he's going to bet 25,000. Scarborough does not raise with the flush draw. He just calls.
Peel 5 on the turn.
You do like that 5, huh?
It's pretty exciting.
So the turn we go, king of spades. No help to either player.
Check.
That can't be you.
And again, Scarborough checks.
And the young 22-year-old from Sioux City, Iowa. Well, you can't give a free card off, and he's going to bet it like he should, 70,000.
This nigga just gonna keep pushing me and I want to go away.
Now the question is, will Scarborough make the semi-bluff here with the straight draw and the flush draw? No.
Check.
Just makes the call. And he checks in the dark, Vince.
7 in your hand again?
Surprising when you're going for a flush draw, and now he hits the flush.
Incredible. Vince, normally when a guy checks in the dark on the river and you've been betting, he has something like second pair, maybe third pair. Usually when you're on a draw, you're not checking. If you hit the hand, you're going to be betting.
So that was a sneaky play. Let's see if it'll work for him. Look at this. It's going to go beautifully for him because the milkman is going to bet this 200 grand.
There's just no way, dude. You got it. There's just no way.
Oh, that is just terrible. Bad reverse table talk.
We're at the Hollywood Casino here in Lawrenceburg, Indiana, but right now he is playing Hollywood, trying to act like no way you got anything, no way, and just him hawing around there when we know he is going to raise it.
Come on.
Oh, there he goes.
He's got 547,000 left. That means this raises 347,000.
That is the type of dialogue you hear in high school games.
You're funny. Gave me the speech and then check jam.
Now, I'm so surprised that Reynolds hasn't run away already.
Well, I agree with you. This is a pretty easy laydown, I think, in this spot.
You banging it all in on a bluff?
If the guy's got enough heart to bluff his case money off in front of his friends and family that are all here to watch him play in his local casino, good luck to him. He deserves to win the pot. I'm never going to put him on a bluff in this spot. I'm going to throw away the ace-8, easy as pie.
This would be a ridiculous bluff.
Can't call, bro. Just fold it.
Be a big call if I made it.
We all know you're bluffing.
There you see William's dad praying to the gods here that his son does the right thing here.
Who dark checks with the flush draw? Does Mike do it? Does Mike dark check with the flush draw?
Mike does it, man. I'd fold if I was you.
Did Spike spike it?
A former grocery store clerk will be saying paper or plastic in the future if he makes his
It's
call.
like bang's getting banged.
This is heavy banging. You banged it all in.
Oh, sweet nothings.
You're playing to win, right?
William Reynolds is trying to talk himself into calling here for some kind of reason.
I call.
Uh-oh.
Well, he does make the call. You think long, you think wrong. That's what William Reynolds did there.
Oh, boy.
With that hand, we have a new chip leader for the first time. It's the local guy, Mike Scarborough, out of Cincinnati, who takes the lead in this three-handed battle.
Our chip leader with close to 6.5 million in chips has a queen 4 of diamonds.
Subo. 350.
They make it 350 to go.
I like that Kaue is attacking the big blind of Miguel. I think he should go a little bigger here out of position. But overall, I like where his head is at. And Miguel, with the 10-7 suited, has a nice hand to take a flop with.
10-7 of hearts versus queen 4, and the flop is a queen ace 5, but there's 2 hearts out here, so Kaue hitting queens. Miguel with 4 flush.
I would like a bet on most boards, but not really this one. Kaue has second pair that doesn't need protection. Miguel's not the kind of guy that gets to a flop with a lot of 5s in his hand. I just think you'd rather check, give your opponent a chance to hit something that can call a bet behind on a later street.
Oh.
I don't really see Miguel folding a better hand or calling a worse one here.
Miguel, the local, is going to stick around. Going to the turn, it is a king. So Miguel not hitting there.
Like that check from Kaue. Pretty hard to get more value with second pair.
Deuce of hearts, there's a flush there for Miguel.
Everything gets there for Miguel. Jack 10 got there, 4-3 got there, hearts got there. If you had an ace, you were already ahead. So I don't know how Kaue puts any more money in this pot.
Oh, Miguel is getting out betting chips. How to extract the right amount from the chip leader.
550.
It looks like it's going to be 550.
Nice bet size for Miguel. On the smaller side, give yourself a chance to be called by an ace. Or maybe a king that gets really sticky. I don't know why Kaue is thinking about this. If your opponent is going to be bluffing, what hand is he bluffing with? Name that hand. Because I can't. Oof.
Very interesting.
Oof.
He has been called. He was curious, and he's going to pay for it. He's shaking his head, saying, why am I curious? I don't understand myself at times.
Buena mano.
She plays a lot of poker, but she works all the time as an actress, too.
Her movies have grossed about $1 billion during her career.
She's in my film, Walk to Vegas, which is coming out, too.
Right. Jen is up 22,000 on the night so far. And raising this ace-10 to 600.
Bryn and Olivier Busquet go out. Art Papazian, local high-stakes cash game player, will make the call with queen deuce, and the flop comes up a king, queen, 6, all spades.
Jen checks back. I like her check there. You're supposed to check more of these monotone flops than any other. And trips on the turn for Art.
And he's going to bet this.
Not a big fan of her call with no spade there. I think she can let this one go. But she makes a 10 on the river. And let's see if that gets her in any trouble. Art, nice little bet there, 2,000.
Queen.
She's going to pay him off.
I tell you, Art's bet sizing has been so on.
You bet on the turn like you had a queen, and I thought, oh, he's betting like he has a queen.
Right, like he has
that old trick.
And this is Michael Lynn, the pipeline contractor. He's got his ace queen.
Raise.
And he is going to raise it. Works in the oil and gas field. Plays a lot of poker, though. And Olivier with a 10-4 of hearts. He will see the first 3.
Check.
And the flop is a Jack 10 deuce.
Check.
Man, Michael really just not interested in betting when he doesn't have it.
Check.
Michael's got the nuts on the river. Olivier with third pair. He might get 1,000 for Olivier, I'm not really sure.
Well, what's interesting, it's a $1,000 bet and might be just an investment for the future to know how this guy plays.
Right.
You know, you think you beat, and you just want to see what this guy has.
You're getting almost 4-1 on the call, so you don't have to be good that often to justify it. Okay, Olivier is going to call here.
Good hand.
It's a really good hand. It's the best straight possible.
tough players at the Commerce playing.
We're giving away $50 to the first 100 people that use bonus code YT76. Go to WPTglobal.com and use bonus code YT76.
Back at the feature table now. Ace-Queen offsuit for Dhru Patel. He has opened the action with a raise to 2,700, and he has been called by the Jack-9 offsuit of Richard Young in the big blind. Their heads up to a flop of 10-4 king rainbow. Gut shot straight draw for Young. Broadway draw for Dhru, whose ace high is best. Young checks it over to him. And Drew's going to bet 3,500.
Dhru looking for Richard's jack and Richard looking for Drew's queen here.
Young makes the call. 7,000 more slide into the middle, bringing the pot to 14-4. Turn card pairs the board. Young checks. Now, what are you thinking if you're Dhru? Fire again with the ace high and the backdoor draw there?
Yeah, I think it's reasonable to fire the turn, but I think checking is also perfectly acceptable.
Pot control, of course, that's what Patel opts to do. And on the river, Young senses an opportunity as the 7 peels off. He just has jack high.
Yeah, I don't mind the flop call if you're Richard, as long as you're going to bet in a situation like this. So I actually don't mind the way Richard's played the hand. Dhru with just ace high looks like he's considering a call.
Well, the bet's only 5,400. That's kind of on the small side.
That's true. I think the bet size is definitely a clue for Dhru and gives him a pretty good price. With just ace high, I think a lot of times he's going to be running into a value bet from Richard, but in this particular case, he wins the pot.
Back over at the feature table where the blinds have gone up to 4 and 800. Antonio raised pre-flop with ace-4 suited to 2,000. He was called by Ray Tabby's 9-6 suited, and along for the ride is Mike McDonald with 7-8 offsuit. Flop is ace-4-5, 2 clubs.
A little bit of everything on this flop. Antonio with top and bottom pair, Ray Tabby with a flush draw, and even Mike McDonald has a gut shot straight draw here.
McDonald has checked it over to Antonio, and with 7,100 in the middle, Antonio bets 38.
Healthy bet here after raising the 2,000 pre-flop. Trying to build the pot. I like the size of this bet. Ray Tabby with 9 high club draw. I can't imagine him folding. He's probably deciding whether he wants to raise or just call.
Looks like just a call. Mike folds, leaving these two heads up with 14,700 in the middle.
This is known as the Persian War.
And the turn, right color, wrong suit for Ray, king of spades.
Not a terrible card for Antonio. Top and bottom pair still figures to be best, and I would make a nice healthy bet here, trying to extract more value from my opponent.
How do you feel about 8,200?
It's a little on the smaller side than I would like, but still, more than half the pot. It's a good size.
Over to Ray Tabby.
I think Ray benefits from being in position here. I think out of position would be a little bit tougher to call with such a weak draw, but in position, when you're the last to act on the river, I don't mind the call here.
And Ray does make the call, and the river's a king, which counterfeits Antonio's aces up.
Yeah, it's not the worst card in the world for Antonio, but it's not a great card. Now he just has an ace with the 5 on the board as his kicker.
Well, Antonio has chosen to check, and Ray is betting 16,200. Gutsy bluff.
He's in position. He missed his draw, but Antonio showed some weakness by checking on the river, and Ray taking a shot here with a missed draw. I like the play.
Well, now it's up to Antonio to decide what Ray was calling with on the flop and on the turn, let alone pre-flop. And a bigger ace than ace-5 certainly figures into his range.
What do you have, Residual?
Something good.
Something good like a bluff?
And Antonio going to work on Tabby.
Huh? Mr. Tabby?
Maybe.
I don't think you should move at all when Antonio's looking at you. Antonio's very good at picking up on things like this, especially from amateur players. The problem here is that Ray is trying to act comfortable. When you're bluffing, you're uncomfortable. And so he's trying to act like he wants to call, like he's very comfortable with Antonio.
You got it. No flush. Nice hand.
Very nice.
We're giving away $50 to the first 100 people that use bonus code YT76. Go to WPTglobal.com and use bonus code YT76.
And Papazian is going to raise it with an 8-5.
See, I want to play this hand, but it just doesn't qualify.
Gets a call by Michael Lynn with ace-4. Here we go. 10-7-4.
Art with a gut shot to the 6. Michael with bottom pair.
Papazian will make a continuation bet of 900. Michael Lynn getting a piece of that, so he will make this call. 7 pairs the board. Michael checks.
You know, that will probably slow Art down here. Michael can have a lot of 7s. He does check behind. River is a 10. Interesting. So 2 pair on the board now.
Counterfeits Michael's hand.
Yeah, I don't quite know why Michael's betting. He has a bluff catcher. He can't really get called by worse, but he does have the best hand, so let's proceed. And Art here.
Raise.
Michael Lynn not fooled for a second.
Not for a second. Great snap call with ace high. And Art's trying to figure this out. What did I do wrong here?
Weird river by both players.
A few weeks later, they came back here to this final at Esports Arena.
James with the Queen 8 of Hearts on the button here.
Raise.
Raise it up to $1 million.
Maria folds.
Eric with the call. Hell of a flop for Eric Afriat here. Pair of kings and the nut flush draw. James with queen high and a backdoor flush draw. It's actually a pretty good board for him to bet here. I think that if Eric had one of the stronger aces, he would just shove over the raise pre-flop, so James a little less concerned about Eric having a big hand. Deuce of spades doesn't change much here. And again, I wouldn't be surprised if James just used this opportunity in texture as a chance to barrel down and see if he can force Eric to fold what he probably thinks is a medium king or a 5. And as we know, Eric does have a medium king, but with the clubs to go along with it, he is thrilled to put that $2 million in the pot, but the jack of diamonds on the river is no help to Eric, so if James goes for the triple, he's gonna have a tough decision.
I'm not folding.
He says, I'm not folding. And James says, let's see about that.
Okay, what a flop. Got king 9 of clubs.
And the tricky part for Eric is he's seen James do these big bet sizes with a lot of strong hands today.
I should have shoved it on the flop. I should have shoved it. Should have shoved it on the flop. I didn't because I had a feeling that the ace throwing chips on the button.
This would be the call of the tournament. Well, he's going to do it.
Wow. Big call.
He's done it. What a call. Cards bouncing off the table. Eric Afriat.
King 9 of clubs.
That's why he's a 2-time WPT champion, for instincts like that. Beautifully done. Going after his 3rd title.